What's up, guys? I'm here with Pete from Cone Games. We're going to talk about Cones of Dunshire from a little show you may have heard of called Parks and Recreation. Hi, Pete. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well.
Okay, I guess first question, what drove you to create this game based off of a fictional show?
Okay, well, see, Cone Games' parent company, Mayfair Games, operates day to day all over the planet. And we are very much engaged in the publishing of wonderful parlor games, social games, and we happen to make a game called The Settlers of Catan. And the Parks and Recreation guys are big fans of that, specifically the writers. They've been making game days from time to time and having a lot of fun with our Catan game. So they wrote the Catan game into the Parks and Rec script. So after a point, the writers said, hey, you know, Ben loves games. Maybe Ben should invent a game. And that should be kind of a crazy game because Ben's kind of a wild guy. And it would drive his wife nuts. So they called us up and said, hey, would you guys like to do a game for us called the Cones of Dunshire? Because that's the name we thought would be cool. So we cobbled together all of the stuff we had in the way of prototype material and built this crazy prototype. And we shot it and we sent it to the writers, and we had a little back and forth about what would work really well on screen. And when the smoke cleared, we were spray painting cones, and we put together this big care package and shipped it off to Hollywood. And they filmed the Cones of Dunshire episode with that prototype. And they called back up and said, you know, we got a storyline here. Ben's gonna, you know, give this thing away, but it's gonna come back. We need you guys to actually make the finished game. Anyway, that was what was going on in the back and forth, but in the meantime, we decided, and the Parks guys decided, that we would have a charitable event at Gen Con, which is the United States' biggest game show. So there we do a big charity thing with the Gen Con people. We talked to the Parks and Rec guys, said, hey, let's do something cool. We built a giant version of the Cones of Dunshire, which was playable. So everybody played this game and had a great time, and we raised a lot of money for charity. And then the great part of that event was the actual Parks and Rec guys had filmed a little mini episode as an entry into this event. But anyway, it's a lot of fun, and the players had a ton of fun. You know, basically interacting with the show, and that was very cool. So anyway, so the cones live. The real question right now is whether we make this game as a commercial game.
You took that right out of my mouth. That was my next question.
Okay. So, you know, the reception has been great for the show. The storyline has been a lot of fun, even if it drove Amy Poehler nuts. Real question is, are there enough folks who are big enough fans of gaming and big enough fans of Parks and Rec to make a game commercially? And we're still working on that right now. We're still trying to figure that out.
But best case scenario, everybody will get the chance to play this game.
Absolutely.
Do you have any sort of ballpark on when that could happen?
We'll make that decision this spring.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be later this year. Worst case scenario this summer.
Okay.
And there will continue to be some cones events from time to time, just to, you know, keep the fire burning, and to give back to charity as much as we can. If we do make the decision, you know, we'll shout it out probably sometime around June, July.
Okay. Get hyped for the summer then, basically.
Yeah.
Well, you actually answered a lot of the other questions I had, so I guess we're done here.
Okay.
Thank you for talking with us, Pete.
No,
Yeah.
great.
Really hope to see this thing in person. It's awesome.
We hope to give the world some more cones, because it is, at the end of the day, all about the cones.
I think the world needs more cones.